In just 1 week, the average American teenager spends 13 hours watching TV, 17 hours listening to music, 3 hours watching movies, 4 hours reading magazines, and 10 hours online. Today, media acts as the most persuasive source shaping cultural norms, drastically affecting the consciousness of American society. Evidence of the relationship between mainstream media's negative portrayal of women and women's lack of senior leadership positions cannot be ignored. Young girls learn from a very early age that what's most important is how they look. And young boys receive the same message that this is what's most important about girls. Advertisements, movies, TV shows, video games, music videos all provide this message, so that no matter what else a woman does, what else she achieves, her value still relies on how she looks. At the age of 7, the same number of little girls and little boys aspire to lead the nation as president when they grow up. However, by the time those same boys and girls reach the age of 15, there's a drastic drop. Cuba, China, Iraq, and Afghanistan have more women in government than the U.S. As the largest global power with a democracy geared towards life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, America should present an example of leadership for the rest of the world. However, in terms of gender equality, America lags behind. By deciding who's speaking and the portrayal of characters, the media not only defines the story for society, but shapes society itself. Women not only lack in terms of leadership positions, but also behind camera. Women hold only 5% of clout positions in mainstream media, meaning that 95% of what U.S. citizens hear, see, and read comes from the male perspective. In the documentary MissRepresentation, Academy Award-winning actor Geena Davis explains in an interview with director Jennifer Newsom why women are objectified on screen and why so few women exist behind camera.
All of Hollywood is run on one assumption, that women will watch stories about men, but men won't watch stories about women. And all the decisions are made based on this concrete fact. I think it's a horrible indictment of our society if we assume that one half of the population is just not interested in the other half.
Chief Operating Officer at Facebook, Sheryl Sandberg, shares her interview with writer and producer Paul Haggis, bringing to light the reason why more women are needed behind scenes in media to emancipate change and represent the true reality of women in today's society.
Now we really like to put people in boxes.
The only two choices for women, witch and sexy kitten.
Oh, you just said a mouthful there, sister.
As men, we do it because we don't understand characters that aren't ourselves, and we aren't willing to put ourselves in the skin of those characters. And women, I think, terrify us. We tend not to write women as human beings. It's cartoons we're making now, and that's a shame.
Female involvement is imperative to creating greater gender balance before production even begins. Just one woman writer working on a film results in a 10.4% gain of screen time for female characters. With more diversity behind screen, not only are there more female characters, but the female characters are more powerful and multidimensional. Media and politics are directly related. When the media is derogatory to even the most powerful woman in the country, how can one expect this male-run industry to respect or take any woman seriously?
You all saw the famous photo from the weekend of Hillary looking so haggard and looking like 92 years old.
Breast implants. Did you have them or not? Because that's all over the internet about you in mainstream media. I think if you waterboarded Nancy Pelosi, she wouldn't admit to plastic surgery.
Look at these ugly skanks who make up the female leadership of the Democratic Party.
Do you know that ugly hag, Madeleine Albright? Remember her? A psycho. She was the Secretary of State under Clinton. Remember, like a fat moron.
And now we have the Wicked Witch of the West, Nancy Pelosi.
I think if Speaker Pelosi were still capable of human facial expression, we'd see she'd be embarrassed.
Nancy Pelosi, get another facelift, lady. Another reason why it's very rare to find a woman worthy of serving in political office.
And it's bye-bye Pelosi.
And Hillary Rotten Clinton, her thighness, is no better than Dumbo with the big ears.
You get a woman in the Oval Office, most powerful person in the world, what's the downside?
You mean besides the PMS and the mood swings?
The projection in media and politics of powerful female role models are necessary in order for young women to gain leadership positions. An increase in the number of female leaders on and behind screen certainly affects the ambitions and career aspirations of young girls and women. Media creates consciousness. If what is put out there, what creates our consciousness, is determined by men, then women will not make any progress.